if you tend to feel like you're straining in the neck during any of the head lifting exercises, please always feel free to keep the head down or support yourself with one hand in certain exercises where we generally don't use a hand. Feel free to modify as needed. This is your practice. And as always, I want to make sure that you just take care of your body and modify wherever necessary. We don't always have to lift the head up to get a good ab engagement on a lot of those supine exercises on our back. So we'll get started though. We're going to start on our back and actually start with some gentle pelvic tilts and into some gentle bridges to start today. And as a reminder, next week I'd like to use a foam roller. So try to get a hold of one in the next week if you can. That would be great. All right, we'll get started now. Looks like it's recording. And away we go.
Are we muted?
Right, that was like as soon as I think I got it all. Okay, let's see. Participants. Mute all. Bye for now.
Bye.
I'll be watching you guys on. I have the whole screen so I can see everybody. So I'll make sure if anybody's like going, "Hey, you forgot something," like last week, just do a whole bunch of those. All right, let's get started. All right, we'll lie on our back with your feet on the floor, knees are bent, heels are pretty close towards your tailbone, not too far away though. And we'll just have your shoulders roll back and down. You feel nice and long spine, arms are by your side. And before we just start, let's just start taking some awareness into our breath. So hands are by your side. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And your exhale through the mouth. Couple more breaths. Inhale through the nose. And your exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. And an exhale out of the mouth. We'll do that with a couple of pelvic tilts here. You're going to arch the back, pushing your tailbone towards the mat, creating space in the low back as you inhale. And then on your exhale, you're going to curl the tailbone under, creating no space, flattening out the back. Good. Inhale, arch the back, tailbone tilts down. Exhale, curling the tailbone under, flattening the back. Couple more. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, curling the tailbone under, flatten the back, no space. Good. Now find your neutral. In between those, couple of knee tilt side to side, swaying the knees. And take the arms by your side. We're going to do a couple of gentle bridges to start with here. Take an inhale to prepare. And on your exhale, curl the tailbone under, rolling up your spine all the way to your shoulder blades. Knees are reaching forward, and there's space under the chin. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, coming back down, touching one vertebra at a time along the mat. All the way down. And if you want, you can create a little stretch in the low back at the bottom. Arch the back gently. Take an inhale here to prepare. On your exhale, curl the tailbone under, rolling all the way up to your shoulder blades, reaching those knees forward again. Inhale at the top. And as you exhale, take yourself down to the mat, touching one vertebra at a time, creating space between each vertebrae. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, curling under. Inhale at the top. And exhale, rolling back down. Take a moment to hug your knees and rock the knees gently side to side. Good, we're gonna stay right there with the knees up into the tabletop position. Hands are by your side to support you, and your spine is in neutral, so there's no trying to have a flat back, or try not to have any arch in the back as well. So neutral spine, check in with yourself, make sure that there's a true tabletop position here. So the knees are right over the hips, heels are about the same height as the knees. Sometimes it's easy to start to do this as we get into something, or it starts to go up high because it's easier. So true tabletop right here, hands by your side, take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Just a simple lift. Hands reach past the hips. Just lifting up, nothing else, just to warm up. Inhale at the top. And exhale to roll back down. Inhale, start. Exhale, nod the head, peeling up. Inhale to stay. And exhale to roll back down. One more, inhale, stay. Exhale, nodding up. Your gaze is right past the knees. Take your inhale at the top. And exhale to roll back down. Good, hug the knees for a sec. And rock side to side. Good. Hands by your side for hundreds. If you need to use your hand or both hands to support your head on hundreds, you can do so. Or pump with one arm, hold yourself with one arm, and if you need to support your head, do what you gotta do. Hands by your side to start with, inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Legs stay in tabletop or extend, or both if you like to mix it up. And begin hundreds. Now we go for inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay for inhale. Exhale, lower your head down, hug the knees. That's a really good warmer upper. Fired up everything for me. All right, we'll do one that's more focused on the legs and then get back to abs again. So legs are gonna be up to the ceiling, hands by your side to support you. And when you're in this position, try to press your shoulder blades into the mat for a little more support, so the shoulders not rolling forward off the mat. And take your legs in a flexed position, and we're gonna open up the feet so they're a little turnout position. See, like that. I think my feet got cut off. I'm trying to keep the computer close enough. But the feet are turned out, heels are together. If you want more ab engagement here, you can lower the legs a little bit if you'd like to add the challenge. We're gonna open, close the feet, the legs, out, in, out, in. So I want you to focus on putting the brakes on every time the legs come back together. In, out, in, out, in. It doesn't matter how far apart the legs go, just make sure that you go out so you come back in quickly and without crashing. 8, 6, 4, 2, last one, and rest. Feet come down, hug your knees. Good. We'll do a couple little crisscrosses as part of the little add-on to that as well. Feet are pointed, legs are up to the ceiling. Bring the legs down a little if you want and can, as long as there's no space in the low back there. Arms by your side to support you. Crisscrosses. So the feet are pointed and you're crisscrossing as quickly as possible. I call these little beats right here, and you're going to inhale for 4 or 6 or however many, and then nice long exhale for 4 or 6. And just breathing and going at your own pace. It doesn't have to be super fast, but I like the legs to be super close together. Keep those legs as close as possible as you switch each time. Switch, switch, switch for 10 seconds more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Warm up the legs as well. And that also gets the abs. All right, we're gonna have our legs in tabletop, hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, elbows will be drawn in slightly, and then just check in on that tabletop. Feet usually need to come down a little bit more than we feel like it is. And take your inhale at the bottom. On your exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. And you're gonna rotate towards your right knee and extend the left leg out. Good. And switch on your exhale. Switch. Switch. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hug the knees, gently rock side to side. We'll do one more of these supine exercises before we move around, and then we come back to the rest, as you know. You know how I do. I don't like being in one place too long. All right, let's do our legs up to the ceiling. My favorite one of these in this series is always the splits. I love it. I feel like grabbing onto the leg is so supportive. Hands can start right up here by your knees if you like, behind the knees. Take an inhale. On your exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Make sure you're relaxed up there in the neck area, and grab onto the right leg, and the left leg lowers down in front of you, straight as possible, and switch on your exhale. Trying to keep the body as still as possible. As you do this movement, try not to have any rocking around, and everything stays really still. Only the legs are really moving. Hands a teeny bit just to grab. Keep going. Exhale as you switch. We got 4 more. 3, 2, and finish off your last side and hug the knees, head down. Good job. I'm feeling all of this. All right, guys. You can either push yourself over to one side and push yourself up, or rock and roll your way up. Yep, okay. Let's do hands, knees. I always kind of feel like that's like the counter to lying on the back. Hands and knees, and let's start with your cat-cow. Is a great way to kind of unfurl our spine right now. Palms are right under your shoulders. Knees are right under your hips. Having the camera right there is a great way to check in with that if your camera is on. All right, so you're gonna just take your arch of the back, so your chest comes towards the mat, shoulders are down, your gaze lifts up, and tailbone is up. As you inhale, and then as you exhale, curl the head down, tailbone under, rounding the spine, hollowing out the belly. Good. Inhale, arch, looking up, and keep the shoulders down. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, round the spine, head down, tailbone under. I'm eating my shirt. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, last time, round the spine, eat your shirt, all of that. Good. And finding neutral. Give yourself a little wiggle here to find that neutral. And make sure that the spine is nice and long all the way to the head. So that check in on yourself, make sure the head is not looking down and dropping the head, or looking up. Face is down, back of the neck is long. Right leg reaches off behind you. It can be pointed or kind of a flexed position. Left arm reaches in front of you. Palm facing in. Good. Nice. And then lift that off. Do these first few really slow. Hold it there, lengthen. Drop that right hip down and bring it back in slowly without any movement. in the body to shift to the other side. Left leg first, right arm, palm is in, then lift, lengthen, stabilize yourself, drop that left hip down. Good, and bring it back in. Now I want you to just continue this at your own pace, reaching off. If you want to point the toe right away, that's kind of a nice way to feel length on the leg. And bring it back in, switching. If you want to go faster than me, that's fine. Just make sure that it doesn't compromise the stability in the hips. So when you're shifting from side to side, that it's as sneaky as possible. Continue doing this and peek at you guys. And your exhales when you're reaching out. Inhale as you return. Exhale, reach. Good. Back of the neck, nice and long. Your gaze stays down. Good. Belly button is drawing up towards the spine. Low back is supported there, so we're not arching in the low back. Keep going. A couple more. Good. Finish off your last set or last side, and if you're done with those, you sit back towards your heels and take the arms out in front of you, child's pose. Forehead is on the mat, and your chest as close to the mat as possible. You can also walk your fingertips a little bit longer in front of you. See, this cat is like, why are you doing this? Jana's cat. Funny. It's so funny, all the animals, they always want to get involved. They're like, what are you doing on the floor? All right, we'll get into the next position. Let's do some booty lifts right now. Forearms and knees. If you need to do any tucks or anything, kind of good time to do that right now. Elbows right underneath your shoulders and knees right underneath your hips. And when you take that right leg off, just make sure that the right hip is dropped down, because whichever leg comes up, often that hip likes to open as well, like that. So take that hip down, flex the foot. It's super parallel to the ceiling, and we're just gonna go for little lifts here, going up, up, up. Good. So I want you to find that distance that works for you and the pace. If you don't want to go on my counts, that's fine. Just keeping that foot flexed in that 90-degree angle of the leg. The whole leg moves about 3 or 4 inches from the hip all the way up. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. We'll stretch off to the other side, promise. Switch legs. When you switch that leg, drop the hip down and check in with yourself. Make sure that that heel is right over the knee. Nice, perfect L shape there, 90-degree angle. And begin. We go for up, 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 up. Good. Lifting straight up. Imagine the hip is lifting, not just a kick, not extending from the knee. Up, up, up. Good. Almost there. We go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Sit back towards your heels, child's pose again. We'll stretch for the glutes and arms nice and long in front of you. All right, we'll lie on our tummies now and do some floats and back line work. And we're gonna just take yourself down to the mat, and your hands are gonna be right underneath your forehead. We'll do our floats for the bottom half of our body first. Legs will float together a bunch of times, and then we'll swim the legs, kicking the legs only. Then we'll do upper body secondly. All right, hands underneath your forehead. And while you're lying on your tummy, just continuously feel like you're drawing your navel upwards towards your spine. It's not exactly sucking in, but that lift feeling. Take your inhale to prepare. On your exhale, you can float the legs up as high off the mat as possible. The goal is really as much as we can, the knees off, good, and lower back down. If you want to do the opposite breath, then I'm cueing, feel free to ignore my breath cue and do your own. All right, inhale, prepare, and exhale, float the legs up. Good, and lower back down as you inhale now. And float the legs up, exhale. Inhale, bring them back down. Exhale, float the legs up. Inhale, float them back down. Exhale, float up. And down. Last one, float them up. Good. And then begin kicking like you're in a pool. Kicking with the kickboard. Legs are lifted as much as they can. And kick, kick, kick. Breathing normal as possible for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring the feet down gently. Give yourself a little rock while you're here. Sway the hips side to side and settling out the back. And now we're going to float the upper body. You're going to have your arms by your sides, down by your sides, head to one side. And we're going to just float. And when we float the upper body, feel free if you want to float the legs again, you can, or just upper body only. Your choice, whatever feels good to you. And take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, float the upper body, hands reach past the hips, and your gaze looks down. And come back down, head the other way. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float. And I'm gonna lift my legs too. Sometimes it feels good to do it all. And back down, head looks the other way. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float, faces down. Head comes down the other way. Last time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float. Gaze is looking down. And rest. Good. You're going to lift yourself up, push yourself back into child's pose. If you want to do downward dog, stretch right here for the low back. Feel free to do that. If your body's craving it, it's a nice also option as a counter stretch. You can do this as well. Good. All right. We're going to come into seated position now. We're going to do some balance work here, some more core firing. And you're going to float the legs up in front of you to tabletop position, the knees bent. And we're going to do our teaser to start with here. And if you want to do the add-ons, feel free. If you don't, you can also just hold and balance. If you want to take breaks, if you're feeling like it's too much today, you can always just do this while we're doing the other stuff. Feel free to challenge yourself by taking your upper body back, things like that. So you can modify. Otherwise, grab on, and before we let go, shoulders roll back and down, nice and open across the collarbone and chest. Lengthen the spine, grow a little taller in your spine, and then we're gonna let go here. Take your inhale, we're gonna add on now. Inhale, open the arms, lower the legs a little, upper body lowers back, and come back in. Good. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, come back in. Inhale, open and lower. Exhale. Inhale, open, lower. Exhale. Inhale, open and lower. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, open and lower. Exhale. Good. Bring your feet together, the soles of your feet together. And just lean over the legs just in front of you, forward lean. If you want more stretch here for the insides of the legs and hips, you can press gently with your hands or with your elbows into your arms as you hang on to your feet. Keeping the spine long as we lean forward. Good. Second part is coming after we do a different exercise. So feet together in front of you. We're going to do our roll back, halfway roll back is the rule here. Feel free, if you want to go all the way and you know yourself that you like that extra challenge, you can do that as well. So I'm just going to be cueing the halfway, and you can add on if you'd like to. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, rolling back halfway, rounded spine here. Good. Shoulders are down. Whenever we do the rounded spine, shoulders like to come up too. So shoulders down. Stay for inhale. Stay for exhale. Stay for inhale. Now on your exhale, forward, reaching up with your forehead and coming up like that rounded spine, and then stack the spine tall when you're up on your sitting bones. Good. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling back if you'd like to go a little further, but no, we're going to stay here for 3 breath cycles. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath cycle. Inhale. On your exhale, lead with the forehead, rounded spine. Keep that rounded spine there. Feel that burn. And then stack the spine nice and tall. Good. Inhale, 1 last round. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling back. Hold it there. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Lead with forehead, round spine. And stack. Good. Rest your arms for a second, kind of noodly. All right, so second round of our teaser, and then we get a nice, awesome hip stretch. I promise, figure 4 is coming. All right, so the next teaser, if you didn't do the full leg and you feel like you want to try that now, it's a good opportunity. The add-on for this is optional. You can do rotation reaches. You don't have to do it as well, so your choice. Ready? Find your teaser to start with the tabletop first, and then when we say 1, 2, 3, we're gonna go with straight legs. 1, 2, 3 to straight legs if you want. And breathing and staying here if you want to. Otherwise, exhale, rotate. Exhale, rotate. If it's too much with rotation, you can bend the knees and just do whatever feels perfect for your combination. Exhaling as you rotate. Outside arm on each side is going to tap the floor. Exhale, rotate. Four more. 3, 2, 1 more. And rest. Feet together for a sec while we lean forward, long spine, rounded spine if you feel like that's more comfy, of course. We get to do figure 4 stretch. If you like to do a like pigeon, feel free. You can do the pigeon like this, or lowering yourself down. If you like a figure 4 on your back, that's awesome. Just whatever gets your hips feeling happy after teaser and stuff. It's super crucial. So whatever you're doing, let's do right leg as the crossover leg, or if you're doing pigeon, right leg is bent in front. That foot is crossed over the left thigh by the knee. Right foot is flexed. And you can gently pull that left leg towards you as you push the right knee away. If you want a little bit more stretch there. You can also experiment with a little gentle movement, rocking side to side. Or if you pull the whole thing towards the left, you get a little bit more in there too. That feels good. Couple breaths here. Honestly, I could just do the rest of class like this. Maybe we should have a hip opening special class rotated into the schedule here and there. We could call it like foam rolling and hips opening. Maybe we need a better name that's not very catchy. All right, other leg, switching left over right. If you're doing pigeon, switch your leg. And whatever you did on the other side, match it. Just make sure that that foot, if you're doing the crossover figure 4, that foot's flexed. Pulling in as you push away. If you want a deeper stretch for the hip while you're here as well, you can pull everything towards the right now, just a little bit. Couple more breaths here. All right, hug your knees in for one last little hug, and we'll get back to some more of the abs. We're gonna stay on our back for that second round of everything else that we skipped before. Hands are gonna be behind your head. Stay for an inhale. Actually, the legs will be up to the ceiling, and then we're gonna take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. We're gonna flex the feet, the legs are straight. As you lower the legs down in front of you, you exhale. Point the toes as you bring the legs back up. We're doing this one with the head lifted, so we don't have any strain in the low back. Still though, make sure that the legs don't go too far. You find that perfect distance that works for you. Exhale, the legs lower down. And inhale, point the toes back up. If you want to shorten your lever, you can bend the knees and do the same thing. It works pretty awesome as well. It's just not as intense. Exhaling down. I'm doing it with the feet. My knees are bent right now. I'm doing a shorter lever as an option. Your choice. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale up, last one. Exhale down. Inhale up and rest. Grab your knees, head comes down. Good job. All right. We're gonna do our single knee stretch. That's another one that's awesome because you get to grab a leg. It helps, always helps with that lift in upper body coming up a little higher. Hands are gonna just start on top of the knees for now, legs in tabletop. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, grabbing onto the right outside of the knee and inside of the ankle. And left leg is extended. Do the same on the other side as you exhale. And switch. Switch. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Head down, rock the knees. You can do a couple of opposite circles of the knees. They're steering them out and towards each other, away from the body and out in front of you. Separate circles, other way, stir them up and around. Good. Next is the small lifts. I call them the reverse crunches, and the feet are crossed. And remember, on this one, you're using the back of your arms. Your triceps are going to really help you to do this, to help push yourself up and help the control way down. So even if you're just going a little roll like that, that's working your deep transverse abdominis right there. An ab exercise with the head down, always a favorite. So let's get to it. You find the range that works for you. If you want to go crazy, feel free to go up all the way and then down and out if you want to go a little bit bigger. All right, so go at your own pace starting now. And the breath cycle is whatever feels most supportive for you. Some people like inhaling up and exhaling down, or the opposite. Whatever version you're doing, and just trying to keep that ultimate control on the way down. Rolling up the spine. My goal is really just rolling up the spine, like mid-spine. Midway up and down. When I exhale, as I roll up, I feel like I get the most ab engagement. At deepest engagement. Good, keep going. If you need to take a break, feel free to do any stretches you need. We're gonna do 5 more here. Finish off your last 2 or 1, if it's slower. And rest. Good job. Uncross the feet, hug the knees. And I think it's time to move again. We gotta get off of our back. So either roll to one side and push yourself up, or rock and roll up. Whew. Hi again. How are you guys doing? Thumbs up? We're doing good? Awesome. Let's do some side lying stuff. Today I want to start side lying actually in kind of that kneeling, side kneeling position. I know I don't do that very often, but I was inspired from another workout. So our turn, yay. I realize I'm pretty glowy. Next time I'm not going to wear white. I think I look like Casper, the friendly Pilates teacher ghost. All right, so we're going to be on your, you guys will be on your left knee and left arm, right? And you're going to just make sure that that palm of your hand right there is supporting you underneath your shoulder. If you need a bigger kickstand, that's fine as well. It can go a little further. It's not like the plank rule. And that other leg is extended. Good. In this position, it's important not to drop the head though. So we're keeping it in a lifted, but of course, not too lifted. Perfect. Keeping that elongation of the spine going. And we're gonna lift that leg up, foot as high as the hip if possible. If it feels like it's too tight, you can keep it lower if you'd like to as your final height. Good, we're gonna do small circles here. So challenging your balance, tiny circles. Imagine you're drawing small circles with your big toe. The biggest the circle should be is kind of like the diameter of like a foam roller or something. Good. And bring that leg down for a rest for a second. Stay here, float it back up, reverse the circle direction. This is a lot of work for our supporting glute medius. Good. Small circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whoo, that's hard. All right, so we're going to reach that top arm overhead next, and we're going to float. If you need to come off the knee for this next part, you can feel free to do it like this. If you really need to not be on the knee, that's totally fine. Same with the other circle exercise. Just to let you know, you don't have to be on your knee. It's just going to be a little bit more work for the core. All right, ready? We're going to reach up and reach, tapping that leg, and reach overhead, lower that foot. Good. Exhale as bring it up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Last 2. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Last 1. Exhale. And reach and rest. Stretch whatever is screaming to be stretched right now. Any stretch that you need. I'm going back to my back. If you were in the kneeling position, your that glute area that you're balancing on the leg, that's probably gonna be screaming right now. A knee to chest stretch is also kind of nice after that. You can circle that leg around, whatever you gotta do. All right, we will stretch the other side as soon as we're done with the other side. Ready? Bring yourself back up. Round 2. They're just doing these couple of kneeling exercises, and we're going to start with our leg circles on the other side. So you're balancing on your right leg and right arm. All right, so that arm is actually, it can be here on the hip if you need that for just no extra choreography. Otherwise, it can be reaching overhead or up. My arm is cut off here. So you're going to bring that leg up to the same height as your hip or a little lower if you need it, and begin your circles. Be kind to yourself. If you're all the way up on the hand and knee, the balance is really challenging. You can press the top of that balancing foot into the floor. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Little wrist, rest for a moment. Ready? Part 2, float it back up. Reverse your circles. Drawing circles with the big toe. Both sides of your body are kind of different, so remember to be kind and patient to yourself if the other side is way harder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Ha. All right, we're going to do our reaches. If you went down to your hip like we did on the other side, if you need to do that version, that's totally fine. Just try to match whatever you did on the other side. All right, so part 2, here we go. Inhale as you reach and prepare. Exhale, bring the leg up and touch the leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, exhale, lift. 3 more. In, exhale, lift. 2, exhale, lift. Last one, exhale, lift, and reach. Bring it down. Second side for stretch. Whatever you did on the other side that you were needing to stretch that hip or glute medius area. Be a figure 4-ish, some variation of it. If you were doing the knee to chest hug, that's a good time to do it on this side as well. All right, I'm going to have us do one other exercise that we don't usually do. It's part of the traditional classical mat routine. We're going to rock yourself up again, or roll to one side and push yourself up. So we're going to go onto the knees. If you're on just a mat and there's a hardwood floor below you like me, it's also nice to fold your mat once or twice, whatever you need for a little more cushion. And we're going to come up to the knees here. And if this is definitely not something that your knees are tolerating, feel free to use this time during this exercise to do any stretches that feel right for you, or if you have a foam roller, roll out your thighs or something. But for everyone else that can be on the knees, let's do this together. You're going to just be on both the knees here up high. Hands are going to be in front of you. I guess my head is still cut off. Oh well. All right, hands are reaching in front of you. Palms are facing each other. Take your inhale, nice and long in the spine. Think of lifting up off of your knees, lifting yourself higher before you go back. As you exhale, you're going to fall backwards just a little bit, not too far. Spine stays long, no arching the back, no back bend. Inhale, stay. And exhale, come back upright. So I want you guys to always remember to keep the spine nice and long. It's like you're just going you at an angle, so no back bends. Good. Stay for an inhale here. Exhale, lifting up as you hinge back, back, back. Find a point that you can hang for 2 breaths. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale, stay. Exhale, lift up. Good. As a reminder, this exercise is called thigh stretch, but it should be called thigh burn. All right, one more time. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lift up and falling back. Keep that chin down. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale, stay. And exhale, come back. Good job. Woo. Sitting back on the heels. You can take your arms in front of you for a little counter stretch here. All right, we're gonna go into a plank. Forearms, if you like, forearms or full arms, your choice. If you're doing the full arms on your hands, bring that back to normal again. Your full plank will just be here, and we're gonna add on mountain climbers, those kind of things. But if you want to be in the forearm plank, you'll do knees up to the side as your add-on, both sides. At your own pace, mountain climbers, at your own pace, knees up. And I'm gonna time this for you guys so you can go at your own pace. And if you know that you just wanna hold the plank and not do the add-ons, do that too. So looking at the clock right now, and get ready into your plank. 3, 2, 1, and go to your favorite plank and add on knee climbers or mountain climbers. So the knees up side to side if you're lower. Exhaling every time the knee comes in. You guys got this. Going at your own pace. Push yourself a little right here. This is a really important one. If you need to come down, just come down to your knees, but not the whole body, okay? If you need to do that, it's like this. So you're still working. Keep going. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest and rest, rest, rest. Good. So back towards your heels, counter stretch here. Good job, you guys. All right, we're gonna go on our side again. Everybody lying on your right side. I mean, sorry, your left side, my right. So we face each other to our more traditional side lying exercise. We're gonna start with the sweeps with the single leg kicks here. And if you want to be lying all the way down on your arm, sometimes it's a little bit more supportive there if you need that. Bottom leg can be straight or bent. And we're gonna flex that foot as you sweep it forward. Inhale. Exhale, point the toe back. I find that this exercise is a little just more interesting when you're up on the arm like this. Yes, it's a little more challenging. So if you need more support, that front hand can be there as a little extra supportive leg there for you. Good. Continue going at the pace as an inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it back. And whatever variation you're doing, try and make sure that that foot stays in the same height the whole way. The goal is really about the same height as the hip, or slightly lower, but that we don't have it kind of going up and down like that. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, take it back. One more, sweep. And take it back. Good. Any stretch you need to do here, sometimes reach behind you or knee to chest kind of thing. We'll get a full solid hip stretch again after the other side, I promise. So we're gonna do our side plank, modify as needed. Here, if you'd like to do the knees bent and then lift, or one knee bent, whatever you wanna do, or of course, a full side plank. If your knee doesn't mind that, you can also do this one. The top foot can balance in front for more support, or on top for more challenge, okay? 1, 2, 3, we all lift off. Take your favorite plank, good. And inhale at the top. Exhale, hug and rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug and rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug, rotate. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, hug and rotate. Hold the inhale to top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Phew. All right, now I think it's a good time for the hip stretch. This too is perfect. Lie your back. That leg that was up is gonna cross over in front of you. So your right leg will cross over. It's my left. That stretch. See what we're doing on the battery. I'm gonna get a little plug, don't mind me, just keep stretching. Make sure computer doesn't die on you. That would suck if 5 minutes before class ends or something. Good. And let's switch to the other side for our kicks first, plank second, okay? So on your right arm, right hip facing the computer. And I already forgot which plank I did. I do this in class all the time too. All right, I think it will come to me. Ready? Find your favorite plank that you did on the other side. 1, 2, 3, lift. All right, leg, that was it. All right, take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, hug yourself. Inhale to open. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. Keep that leg up if it's up. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. Last one, exhale, hug. Inhale, open, hold it open. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll do our kicks. I went backwards, I know. We'll do our kicks right now. So find your position that you did last time on the kicks. Maybe you were lying down for the single leg kicks. Yes, whatever you were doing on the other side. We match it here. And we're gonna begin now. Elbows right under your shoulder and that flexed foot here. Take your inhale as you reach it forward. And your exhale as you point the toes, take it back as you exhale. Good. Inhale, reach. And exhale, take it back. Good. Inhale, reach. And exhale, take it back. Inhale, reach. Keep pressing yourself away from the mat. Sinking into the shoulder happens about now. Exhale, back. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, reach. And take it back. Awesome. Line your back and stretch out that hip. So that leg that was just kicking is the crossover leg, the stretching hip that needs attention. Great. Before we wrap it up, we're going to do just a rollover here on our back. If you have a variation that you like to do that's different than them teaching, of course, feel free to do your own variation. I need to be on my default slide. I don't know why. All right, so your rollover favorite one, legs up to the ceiling, hands by your side. You're going to take the legs down. If you want to flex them as they come down, feel free. Point the toes, lift it up and over, rolling up to your shoulder blades. Open, flex the feet apart, shoulder distance apart, and roll down slowly and controlled down the spine. Feet touch as your sacrum touches. Inhale, up and over. Open, flex, roll down. Some people like to add a big circle on this part of the roll down. Yes, inhale, up and over. Keep the shoulders down on the mat. Open, flex, roll. Super flexed feet as you roll down for the nice hamstring stretch out of that, like a bonus. Inhale, up and over. Open, flex, roll. Good. Do one more. Up and over, open, flex, Roll it down. Good, and hug your knees to your chest. Let's bring yourself up, whichever way you like to do that, rock and roll up. And we'll do a little seated side bend, time check. Good. All right, you're gonna take your left leg bent in front of you. We're in mermaid stretch here. And your other leg is just bent to the side here, so that kind of pretzel position. And your right arm, palm is up, and your left fingertips are next to you, extended. Take your inhales, you reach up. And your exhales, you side bend, creating space and length in that side of the body that you're leaning towards. So think of lifting up first and then over. Good. Inhale to open. If you want, you can walk the fingertips out a little longer with you as well, as long as you're not getting away from your hip. You don't want to do this. You want to stay right on top of it, and then you lift. Yes, inhale up and over. Exhale as you go further. Walk those fingers out if you like to. Shoulders are down. Arm is slightly in front of you so you see it without looking at it. Good. Bring that hip down so it's your right hip reaching down. Good. Inhale to open. Exhale, side bend. Last time. Walk it out. That hip down. Lengthen the side body of the left of your waist. And bring it open. Good. While we're here in this position, rotate the upper body just a little. It doesn't have to be a lot. Whatever's comfy right here. If you want to go further, you can walk the fingers out for a little stretch here. You get a little rotational twist stretch. And it gets the side of your body and a little bit there in the psoas. Walk it back up. It's definitely nicer with a roller, so we'll do that next week. I can't wait to bring the rollers back. Switch legs. All right. And remember, on this position, sometimes hips get kind of funky if something feels tight. You don't have to be in this position to get the side bend stretches. You can swing that leg around if it feels better for your hip, or have both the knees bent like this. Okay, so let's see, left palm is up, and your fingertips are out here. Take your inhale, prepare. Lift up and over. Lengthen first, and side bend. Keeping that left hip reaching down. See if it doesn't pop up. Good. And inhale to open. Bring the fingertips back in. Exhale, lift up and over. Walk the fingers long. Lengthen the right side of the body. And open. Bring it in. Exhale, last time, side bend. And open. Good. Rotate upper body. Whatever position, you don't have to go into a crazy rotation. Walk it out. And then take your upper body down so your ears are in line with your arms. Lifting it up and walk it back in. Good. Bring your feet out in front of you, straight towards the camera. Hi. And then take your arms up as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold, keeping the spine long, so no rounding the spine, even if that means the hands just stop on the leg somewhere. Lengthen the spine. So while you're here, wherever your hands land, lengthen a little taller the spine. Chin stays down. And then walk the hands a little further out in front of you. Hold it there. If you can grab the feet, that's fine. If you can't, no worries. And then take an inhale here. And your exhale, forward fold, round the spine finally. If you want to unflex the feet or point them or whatever feels good for you, feel free to add that on. And then rolling up, stacking the spine, rolling up, head comes up last. Take the arms overhead, inhale. And bring them back down. Exhale. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale last time. And then bring them up last time overhead. Inhale. Hands meet at the top. Exhale. Bring the hands down in front of you to the heart. And thank you very much, guys. That was a great class. Kind of getting into the flow of this thing. It's really good to have you here. Let me unmute.